Yeah.
And we bad.
St. Louis niggas want their cornerback.
Oh man, shout out to MC Light, Paper Thin. That was my
That was
joint.
You went West Coast,
Y'all
then you
don't know
went
nothing about
East
that.
Coast.
Y'all don't know nothing about that.
What? When
And
you
then
say
he
you
went
love
to
me,
Atlanta.
And
it
he went
doesn't
to-
matter.
You traveling around
That's
the
my
country with
shit
your
right
music.
there, boy. That's one of my favorites. She's one of the ones that inspired me to rap. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
yeah?
dope.
Yes.
Super
Light?
dope.
Light.
Oh, that's dope.
Definitely.
Yeah, Light hard.
When I heard like
Light as
Queen
a rock?
Latifah and I heard MC Light, I was like, these girls are hard. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They sound like they could rap with these dudes and it'd be a problem.
Kwame inspired me to rap. So it's like,
You know what,
I'm like,
God?
Because you do rap in
But wait,
polka
wait.
dots. You absolutely.
Wait, Kwame's a dope producer right now.
I know.
Yeah, no, real talk. That bullshit you
What,
done.
what's his hit out? What's his hit
he
he
done
got
produced
out
for
now?
Keisha Cole. He done, shit is shocking. You might want to do some, I didn't know that. I
No,
found
yeah,
out.
I heard you say that
Yeah.
before, but look, when I ask questions sometimes, it's not to dispute what you're
Right.
saying. It's
For the
just
listeners.
for you to enlighten the people.
Oh, no,
Right.
no.
So,
okay.
you know, I'm not always like, oh, fuck him. Who is he?
You
know, I don't get out,
Didn't
you know.
nobody say
Hey, Trey, that's a good one. I'm gonna start using that in my argument with girls.
He's still.
No, baby, I ain't asking the question. Cause I wouldn't know the answer. The government tapped my phone right now, and I want them to be enlightened on what's going on. You know, I knew that.
I cannot. Okay.
No,
look.
but Trey D, he will do that to ask questions that he know the answers to already.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can't take our listeners for
True.
granted and think that they know. And
That's
our job as on air personalities is to educate, enlighten, and entertain.
True.
Exactly.
Triple E,
true.
Exactly.
That's
in
why
that
the 3
order.
E's in 3rd degree.
And that's why I'm from the east side.
See,
You
I made
better
that up
know.
right now.
That's dope. Man, we're gonna fuck around and let you spit a verse next year.
shit.
Next
Oh,
year,
yeah.
next
Yeah,
year,
man.
we're gonna fuck around and let you spit
Trey,
a
it's
verse.
only March
get
though.
your stream
It's
up.
March.
Gotta get your stream
probably
up.
by August next year or something like that, September or something.
That's a long way off. This is
That'll
March
give you
this
time
year.
to write it.
time
That's
to
like 16 months. You
check
can
your
write you a
craft.
bar every month. Make sure it's a tight ass bar.
I've been writing for 26 years. Man, y'all gonna let these hands go one
Take
day.
you a year and a half to write a
Y'all
full
gonna let
16.
these hands go on this mic one day. Y'all gonna let these verses go. Let me let my hands go.
Oh
Get
my
on this
gosh. Give it up. You writing a bar a month. Just stop. It's not for you. I'm so sorry. Moving along to some shit that's just not for people. YBN Almighty J got robbed during a vicious street brawl.
YBN Almighty J.
Yes, you know, he's a part of the YBN clique.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he was involved in a brutal street fight outside of Saks Fifth Avenue. Damn, y'all fighting
Niggas
outside of
fighting
Saks?
outside of
Come on, dude.
Damn.
I heard her fighting
Let me
over
tell
some
you
Saks.
how- Let me tell you how
But not
unstreet this
outside
sound
of
right
Saks.
now.
Yeah, for
Let me
real.
tell you how unstreet this sound. He was fighting outside of Saks.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
my
man.
Prada man purse. You know.
This is sad, but what happened to him wasn't. Okay, look.
Okay.
He was fighting outside of Saks Fifth Avenue in New York on Friday, March 8th. And there is video footage. I don't know if you guys saw
Which
it.
I think is on Fifth Avenue.
It is?
Yeah, I
think
saw
so.
some of that. I saw
Fifth
the
Avenue.
video.
It is
Yeah.
on Fifth Avenue.
So, exactly.
the big gold building.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So there's video footage that captured the melee. Someone shouts, "Take his chain, take his chain." Now on the video, it's like, who is this? Who is this? And it's kind of like they were actually brawling, and he got separated from the people he was with. You know how that happened.
Right.
And then during the melee, they kind of didn't know who he was. And then one of them said, "Is that YBN Almighty? If that's him, take his chain, take his chain." And then you've seen people start going in his pockets and they start, trying to snatch stuff off of
That's
him.
not the story I heard, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, according to TMZ, Jay was shopping with his friends, TJ Porter and Bay Swag, when another aspiring rapper, Lil TJ, walked into the store with his crew. Witnesses said both parties started yelling at each other and things quickly turned
Little TJ
physical.
ran up on Big TJ.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of. I think they two different people. It's TJ
gotcha.
Porter and then it's Little TJ,
Oh,
who
gotcha.
is the rapper who got into.
I'm just following the story.
Okay, look. So the fight was ultimately taken outside where the punches kept flying. At one point, Jay was separated. And that's when I told y'all Almighty Jay was separated from his crew. Now, when he tried to run after they tried to snatch stuff from him, snatched his chain, go in his pockets. He ran outside. They followed him. You know, you see somebody kick him in his head. You know, yeah.
So that means his boys
He
just
went to the
let him go.
hospital, and it looked like somebody straight like $150 him right across right on the side of his. So this was split. The side of his face was split, and he was bleeding. Oh yeah, man, he had to go to the hospital.
And where he run out of?
He ran outside. He tried to run
did they
out
rush
of
him
the
at?
mall. This shit was inside
In
the
the
mall.
store, not the mall. It's in
Wait
the
a
mall.
minute.
but
It was
it's
outside of Saks,
Fifth
but
Avenue.
in the mall.
Okay.
And then Then he went out the doors when he was trying to run. When
It's
they was
more
going in his
security
pocket.
inside the mall than outside. That wouldn't make
Yeah,
no
but-
sense for
but-
him to run outside. All he had
Yes
to do
and
is
no,
run.
because-
all he
No,
had to
when
do
you're
is run
trying
in
to
the
run
jewelry
outside
store.
to run away.
Run in the jewelry store fighting. Watch how fast the police get in
But
there.
also in New York, though, two things. Also in New York, a lot of police are always already on the street. They do a lot
That's
of street.
true.
They do a lot of foot patrol in New York.
Exactly,
than they do
sure
in
do.
other
Absolutely
cities.
right.
Sure do.
And the other thing is, the story I heard was, it wasn't like they were saying grab his chain. Anyway, what they said, they were saying, is that 2 chains? Is that 2 chains?
No,
No, that's
you
not the right-
stupid.
okay.
I can't right now. So look, the police were dispatched to the scene, but nobody wanted to file a report. Of course, nobody wanted to file a report because everybody was wrong. The men who jumped Jay made off with his wallet and his chain and his shoe.
Damn.
They took all that. You
Damn,
know?
his
Yeah, so when
shoes.
he had ended up
He must have had some
outside, he
Yeezys
got
on.
hit.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they shopping in Saks or they was just shopping in
Oh,
the
some
mall, I
Gucci's,
think.
yeah. He
Now
must have.
here's the thing. Okay, I'm finished. I'm sorry.
Okay, no. And Jay was recently under suspicion for robbing another rapper, Skinny from the 9. I think we talked about that, of $80,000 in cash. And there was a video shoot that Skinny from 9 was shooting with him. And during that video shoot, he ended up getting jacked for his chain and some cash or whatever too out his car. And YBN was supposedly there, and the guys that supposedly allegedly robbed him was with him.
Oh, so this might have been a get back
It
robbery.
could be, or it could be, we don't like you.
Gotcha.
These new rappers is different.
It's
Either way it
Nothing
goes,
against
his
new rappers, but they
boys didn't
different. When
help
they don't
him.
like you, they don't like
There's
you.
a lot
And
to
sometimes beef
unpack.
stem from online.
Either way it goes, his
There's
boys
a lot
didn't
to
help him.
unpack in
And he
that
was
story.
with the people.
There's a lot to unpack in that story.
But the way the video looked, it looked
Yeah.
like he was by himself, period.
Yeah, it did
Just
look like it
all
was by himself, period. Because he got separated. See, they got the footage of when he was
Yeah, he got
separated
separated,
from
but
the
his
two
boys
people.
didn't
Yeah, I
let's
don't know
go
where
get
they was
him.
at.
Yeah, like,
boy,
I
you
gotta
got
go
that,
help my nigga.
Got that jewelry and that fat wallet, boy. You better have that little whistle on you.
Now,
Hey,
this
here's-
is...
Better have that little backup
No, go
on you.
ahead, guy. Go ahead.
See, this is the thing. We've been reporting those stories about Gucci and Prada and Burberry, doing those, insensitive clothing lines or pieces that offend black people and stuff like that. And a part of me wants to say, I think it's deliberate, because I wonder if, conspiracy theory, if they're tired of us wearing their shit and fighting in stores like Saks and Gucci and being on these housewife shows throwing, wine and beer and fighting in their clothes and stuff like that. And they're doing it intentional to be offensive so we can have a knee-jerk reaction, stop wearing it. Because when Cristal and Versace and Timberland, the boot Timberland came out and said, we don't make ourselves for black people, and Hilfiger, we don't make ourselves for black people. Allegedly, that was said about all of them. And it's like, they can survive, brands can survive without our dollar.
Somebody
And I
hated,
wonder-
I think, on Tommy Hilfiger. He
No,
supposedly
that's what I said,
never even
allegedly.
said that.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I'm saying, it's like some of these brands don't want us wearing their shit.
Yeah.
And they know to say some bullshit or do some bullshit out there that we gonna knee-jerk boycott them. We look better in their shit than they do anyway.
But we spend so much
Well,
money
this-
on it.
yeah,
So I'm
this is
trying
what
to
I don't
confuse that. No, yes,
But
they
the-
do.
No, they don't.
They don't give a damn
No, they
about
don't.
us. They'll take our money.
They'll take our
Yeah,
money,
fuck,
but they don't. They
they'll
can
take
survive
our
without
money.
our money.
They
We
can't
add-
survive
we
without
add-
our money.
But we're walking billboards.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody are walking billboards like
But
African Americans.
us.
for
Exactly.
We're the
brands.
number one
Okay?
retail
Exactly.
buyers.
We're like walking commercials.
That's why
And,
that's
and
why
that's-
I can't I think they didn't have any black people in their boards and then on
And
their
we support
staff. And yeah, exactly. Well, people are supporting them. I
Right.
don't support that shit. I support Dickies and swap meet.
Okay.
And
So-
Levi's.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, they
yeah.
sponsored Rihanna at one time. We thought that was pretty dope.
I'm
like
sponsored by
Gucci
Swap
has
Meet.
Gucci
expanded a lot
Well,
of
they
different
gave
things.
Dapper Dan. They gave Dapper Dan his
We
own line.
sponsored
They
by
gave
Swap
Dapper.
with Swap Meet.
They gave Dapper Dan his own line,
Yeah.
who used to knock their stuff off for years, and his stuff was better than their stuff. So they, instead of them coming after Dapper Dan, they reached out to him and gave him a job and gave him his own line.
Right.
You know, and I'm wondering
Well-
if that's part of the whole wear that nigga
I
shit,
met-
don't wear our shit.
I met Tommy Hilfiger. Actually, his brother Andy used to work with Snoop Dogg on Snoop Dogg's clothing line.
Got it.
And, I didn't detect any kind of,
Right.
that
That's what I
kind
said,
of
allegedly.
vibe from either
Sure
one of them. You know what I
didn't.
mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is a lot of it be ignorance.
Yes.
You
It
know, a
does.
lot of it is
Yeah.
ignorance and not knowing the impact, so they don't have these what you call those panels,
Diversity.
those different
Diversity panels.
exactly, where they can tell you,
Yes, the decent sensitivity training.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
a lot of that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, we as a people, I'm just saying, as black people, we need to really know where we're spending our dollars and who
Absolutely.
we're spending our dollars with, because while they can survive without our dollars, they don't want to survive without our dollars. I really don't believe, because truthfully, if I had the option, if I had a clothing company that was doing real good and it was making $200 million, say, a year, I wouldn't say, you know what? I don't want African Americans wearing my stuff, so I'm cool with making $98 million a year.
I can't see them saying
I'm
that.
still gonna need that other bucko
That's just
too.
not the European way.
That would be stupid.
Yeah.
Not only that
Yeah.
would be true racism.
Exactly. And I just can't see that. Because we spend way too much. We have money too. And we
Yeah.
spend
Right.
a lot of money
lot.
there.
More than we should.
More than
Yeah.
we should.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So
True that.
I can't. I don't.
Slauson swap meet cracking.
Crack it.
Yeah, for y'all. Yeah.
Delamo swap meet. Crack
Slauson
it.
swap
You
meet.
hear me?
And there's a lot of, if you like
He
high
is so
fashion,
lying,
if you
y'all.
like high fashion like that, there's a lot of black owned lines that you can support.
Oh, I support all the
Rather-
time, every other week.
Yeah.
I'm by Miss Bling, I get my Chic Couture online, all that. I support. It's
Oh, yeah,
it's
no
a lot of
doubt.
sisters with
Right.
some nice boutiques,
A lot
nice
of brothers
clothes,
too got high end fashion.
deliveries on time.
Yes, brothers downtown, they got their own shops to
Yeah.
sell
Yeah, you
suits
could
and
have
stuff like
unique
that.
pieces.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, come
Brother
on,
down
man.
on 7th in Los Angeles, matter of fact. I
But
got to
you know what
slide
I
back
read?
down there and give
Shout
him
out to the
some
independent.
business.
I did
Yeah.
some research, and entrepreneurship it's on the rise.
Yeah.
It's really on the rise for all
African
that
American,
stuff. Yeah, African
clothing lines, yeah.
all races, really. Hispanics, everything. People are really like taking that leap of faith and
Yeah.
saying,
They
"Hey,
got an Indian
I'm gonna
line,
start my own." You know
Black
what?
Dots.
One thing,
No,
no,
it's
I'm saying
like
one
designer
thing.
dots.
One thing about it
Don't
though
do
that
I'm
makes you
Indian. Don't do that.
the one thing.
Whoa.
Don't do that.
The one thing, yeah, you're not that Indian. He's talking about the other kind of
Stop
Indians.
it.
They're
Stop
different.
it.
Look,
In the end,
I
you
love- we
still
love
a
everybody.
nigga.
Racist. It's
Hey, what
been-
he
We
say? In the
don't-
end,
we
you
don't.
still a nigga.
yeah, in the end,
Pretty
you
much.
still a nigga.
End
No,
of the day.
but this is what I was gonna say. What the problem is when young people, and this young people aren't the problem. It's just that when they finally get some money to be able to afford these
Right.
things that they've heard rapped about and talked about,
Right.
then that's they'll take a big portion of their initial advance
Right.
and go blow it on just
True.
bags and shoes
Guilty.
and belts,
Cars.
and this, that, and the
True,
other.
true,
Guilty.
yeah.
Yeah.
And granted, just like you said, things like that do happen. Because I've been in the Louis Vuitton store, and nobody asks you if you need any help
Yep.
because it looks like you
Yep.
probably can't afford it or whatever. And I was
They did
very
the
young
Oprah.
at the time. I probably looked like I was about 17, but I was 22.
So, Trey,
And
was-
yeah, I'm in there trying to get something for my mom. It was
that's
get
nice.
her a nice Christmas gift, and I wanted to get her a nice
Oh, that's
big
dope.
Louis bag. So she said, nobody asked me if I want help. I said, hey, excuse me, I need the biggest bag on the shelf. Oh, you want now? It's what do you need? I want this bag and I want 2 of those scarves. It was like $100 a piece or whatever. It's like real nice. I want 2 of those scarves. I want this
What year
bag.
was
or
what year
whatever.
was this?
Not, you stupid. How do you want to pay for it? Oh, I got
Seven-
cash.
was it
You need to
78?
borrow
You know what I'm
something.
saying? I'm
You
like,
need-
yeah,
oh
you
no,
so-
the scarf. The scarf.
Yeah, it's got-
Louis
they
Vuitton
more than
scarves.
they more than
No,
100.
at the time they were like 120.
That's what I said.
a
What year
piece.
was this?
They were
They
silk.
like-
They were
they're like
just
300 now,
No,
400.
they weren't the like the thick scarves. They were like silk scarves. You could either wear them on your head, you could wear them on your neck. They were silk.
They're about
thin.
$350, $400 now.
Probably now, but they were like $150.
That's what I'm saying. This is 78.
So this was not no damn 78. Nigga, I wasn't even talking barely. Yeah, what the hell? I wasn't even talking in 78.
You wasn't talking at all in 78.
Anyway. But listen, how you want to pay for it? I'm like, I got cash. Oh, you got cash.
Let me get the marker.
Man, look, you want champagne? You want?
Now they want to roll the red carpet.
Now they want to roll out the red carpet, and you're gonna get that. They did Oprah ass the same way in Paris.
Yeah. Oh wow.
They wouldn't let her in the store. They wouldn't let her ass in the store.
And that was an Hermes. Hermes. That was Hermes.
I was in.
Like you need an appointment.
I was in Geneva, Switzerland, and we were out shopping with Snoop's wife, Shantae, and we walked by a jewelry store, and they had some very fine pieces in there. And we're standing outside the door like, hey, let us come in and, let us shop. And they glance back maybe once or twice, and they act like no one was at the door. Wow. It was appointment only. I mean, they had some, $2-3 million watches in here, bracelets and stuff like that. And certain places they don't really care who you are. If they don't have direct knowledge of your bank account and your status in the world, they don't care much about that.
And 95% of those people can't even afford to shop into them damn selves. But they work there.
That work true. Now, speaking of Oprah, I want to ask you, Guy. What's up with that? What's up with that thing she did with the Neverland and the victims and all that stuff?
It's funny you say that.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this.
It's funny you say that because I haven't watched it. I'm just like
I haven't watched it either, but I'm aware of it.
But I do a thing called Guys Got Gripes on the Tom Joyner Show every
Shout
Monday
out to
and Wednesday.
The Tom Joyner Morning Show.
And I ask people to send me their gripes. Because I ain't griped about everything. I'm out of gripes, goddamn. I can't bitch and moan about another goddamn thing.
I'm not going for that. You always find a brand new
one. Oh my gosh.
So this one listener inboxed me saying like she don't fuck with Oprah because of that. Because like why is she, keeping this story alive? The man is dead. Why are you keeping this whole? Why are you even doing it, Oprah? Just let it rest and blah blah blah. And and she was pretty pissed off. She was like saying she think, and Gail, same thing she said about Gail.
A lot of people pissed off.
And it's like, why don't you just let the man rest in peace? And a lot of it's coming from, people who really fuck with Michael Jackson, who just don't want to see it, don't want to believe that he could do anything like that. And so so my whole thing is like, I have no point on like, here it is. It's like my thing is I know entertainment, and it's all about ratings. Sometimes some people would sacrifice morals and things for ratings.
That is very true.
You know what I mean? And like with Gail, and this is not defending R. Kelly. With Gail, her contract, what I think CBS was coming up, was coming to an end, and renegotiations were coming around. R. Kelly was looking for somebody to talk to tell his side of the story.
And it just merged.
And it's merged, and now she's, boom, she's about to sign a big fat contract. And then with Oprah, she doesn't need the money or the, ratings, but maybe she just wants to make herself relevant.
She don't
the
need
concern
it, and that's
I
what
have
people
with
tripping
it.
off of. I mean, this really stems now. Michael Jackson's music is banned from radio stations worldwide. This shit is for real.
And also,
that's fucking ridiculous.
It went down. The streaming went down, so it's losing money now. People are not.
That's
it's not streaming.
Crazy.
It's not being bought like it was after this Neverland.
They do that to us, but don't.
Yeah, but see, I agree with D.L. Hughley. They both bad babysitters, him and R. Kelly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got that. Why would the fuck you leave your
kids
with
but being that he was found not guilty,
but
and he can't defend himself right now.
Exactly. Let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go.
And on top of that, it's like there's really no closure to it. What with them telling their story again, and I heard they're not doing good in life right now.
But he
Neither
admitted
one
that
of them.
it didn't even happen. The dancer dude.
Yeah.
Come on. He's been told, back then.
So it's like this. So what, you want to tear down his memory?
Yeah, and his legacy? Come on. We not with that.
And you know, I agree. He wouldn't be a good babysitter. You know, rest in peace. Where he's still here. But you know, people made choices, and people, you know, people let their kids run around and be with him and all that stuff. And now it's like
again, the parenting.
The parenting. The
now
parenting.
let me tell you something. My child is under, how old are the kids? They were all under like what, 12, 11, 13, 14. You left your kid unsupervised with someone else?
4 days.
That doesn't have children?
For
need your
hours
ass
and
beat.
days.
What's that comedian? You need your ass beat. You need your
that was
ass
Tony
beat.
Roberts.
Yeah, Tony Roberts.
Yeah.
You need your ass beat. Because no one does that. No real parent does fucking that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not related, you're not a family. And even then you're like,
but
you know what I'm saying?
And understanding why she may have, because as we know, Oprah was a victim of incest and, you know, sexual abuse.
Was that Oprah or was that Monique?
No, that was Oprah.
Well, actually, every guest,
her uncle, I believe.
Every guest Oprah had on her show, she was a victim of all of that, of everything. Everything her guests went through, she went through. That was like, you know, I was on drugs. I was on drugs too. I got trust too.
Me too. The Me Too movement on another level.
You know, I was a white baby. I was a white baby too.
Yeah, now, hey, look, now that's the last thing I seen
that
on that.
Got too much power. I'm so
I
sorry.
saw when she was interviewed.
Paul Mooney had that joke.
Who interviewed? Who was that lady that interviewed her and asked her, did she ever wish that she was white? And she said, yes, she did. At one time when she was white.
That.
I saw
Oprah
it.
said
I had,
that?
yes.
Wow, I want to see that interview.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Yeah, let's go.
I didn't hear that
right
one.
here. Yeah. I'll go dig it up.
Kevin Bacon at one time said he kind of wanted to be black, I think. So we even.
Kind of wanted.
That's just crazy.
We kind of even, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foot loose. I'm just saying.
And getting on your point, because you brought up D.L. Hughley and what he said about the bad babysitters. He also said something that made sense to some people too as well. It's like he's not gonna stop
listening to
the music because he said, you know, he separated the music from the man.
Yeah.
And he said people still sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Exactly.
And that has a lot of, you know, pain.
You can sing the Star Spangled Banner, you can listen to R. Kelly and Michael Jackson.
When it comes to this country,
you can separate them.
Yeah, because the music and the personal life and the art is two different things.
And they got the Star Spangled Banner, and this country, as great as it is, wasn't always great.
Not at all. No. Not at all. Not at all. So, you know, and look, the Leaving Neverland centers on the accusations surrounding the choreographer, the Wade Robinson dude. So, you know, I mean,
that's crazy because years ago
he said it didn't happen years ago when he tried to come out then.
I sent a group of inner city kids to Neverland as I paid for their trip when I was doing my Fat Tuesdays. One of my employees who worked with me had a youth group for inner city kids, and one of the things where they wanted to take a trip to go visit the ranch, and I couldn't go because I think I was working filming some at the time, but I paid for the trip. And they had a great time.
Yeah,
the kids had a great time.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. They had a great time.
Rides and
no stories there.
No stories there.
Moving along. And so Monique blasts Oprah.
Yeah.
We just talked about that. She exactly. The actress and her husband expressed their disapproval of After Neverland. The criticism surrounding the director Darren Reed's Leaving Neverland continues. Recently, rapper T.I. even questioned the motives of Michael Jackson's latest sexual abuse accusers, Wade Robson and James Safechuck. And now Monique has a few choice words for Oprah. Following the airing of Leaving Neverland, Winfrey hosted on her own channel special After Neverland, and where she interviewed the two men at the center of the two. Damn. So you know what? I didn't watch this, but yeah, I see why people are upset. I see why you opening old wounds and shit. Yeah. It's like, I see why people are upset. And then
she's looking, she's fishing.
And I guess Oprah would have been like, Oprah would say, well, somebody got to do it. Somebody gonna do it. Might as well be me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
that's exactly what it was.
Those guys they're gonna go to somebody. If they're fishing for a story, I mean, and Oprah was you know, basically still is one of the biggest names in, you know, probably one of the best talk show hosts ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Dig up some Elvis shit. Was he really racist?
Dig up a lot of motherfucking shit.
Stop with the bush.
You don't even
Just
got to
really
dig
like,
up
we don't
nobody's
care.
shit. You
Let
got
that
them running
shit
around
go.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let
Right.
it go.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
Yeah, living
But-
live in Congress and the Senate and all that.
That's
you know.
real. On another note, we got Jay-Z and Chance the Rapper. They'll be headlining Woodstock's 50th anniversary festival.
Damn.
Let's get high, people. I'm just playing. Jay-Z and Chance the Rapper will be headlining the 50th anniversary edition of the iconic Woodstock Festival this year. The festival, which will take place between August 16th and 18th in Watkins Glen, New York. Woodstock 50 will also feature acts like Run the Jewels and the Black Keys, according to the Billboard. Robert Plant and Santana, who both performed at the original Woodstock in 1969. Damn. Are set to appear at Woodstock 50 as well. More names are set to be announced in the future. And man, I might be trying to want to go to that, but he said they got outdoor bathrooms. So.
Fire Festival.
And
Fire Festival.
If I'm not mistaken, Chance the Rapper just proposed.
Yeah, he did. To his sweetheart
Yes,
in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
sweetheart.
So shout out to him. Congratulations,
Chance.
brother. You know
Y'all
what
had
I'm
a
saying?
beautiful wedding. I seen the picture
God.
outside. It was beautiful.
God.
God.
What?
Well, I guess she did. Trady up here digging up facts on Oprah wanting to be white.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
She was
y'all.
asked- she was asked
I
the
just really
question.
wanted to know,
That's
was it
crazy.
true?
She wanted to be white.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
hey,
she was asked
that's a
the
little
question,
fantasy
so,
of hers. You know what I'm saying?
I'll look at this when we go on break.
No doubt.
Yeah, okay,
no
so
doubt.
we'll be right back.
Yeah, let us go do some digging. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Third Degree Radio, where it get deep, y'all, deeper than
Dig a
Atlantis.
hole, bury yourself.
32, yeah. With the spin thing, with the spin thing, the spin thing, with the spin thing. 32, yeah. 32, yeah.